Twitch's biggest con artist was exposed, and I'm here for the forensic analysis. Look, the crime has already been committed. It's already been confessed to. So we're not here for any of that. Instead, we're here to figure out how and why. I'm talking, of course, about Sliker. He's a famous live streamer who used his connections with fans and other live streamers to beg and borrow over $300,000 and never returned it. And so I was up all night talking to the victims of all of this, and their stories are wild. And I should start by saying, I don't mean Sliker is the biggest con artist in terms of money. Like, he didn't rob Fort Knox, he didn't steal a famous painting. I mean, he's the biggest in terms of the sheer number of victims who have come forward. I mean, this guy was working hard. Basically, if you had a Twitch account, this guy came to you for money. But there are several extra details you need to know as well. As I said, Sliker already confessed. I'm not prosecuting anything here. I'm not alleging anything here. He admitted to everything last night on a live stream after being exposed by several fans and streamers.
Did he come to me? He did.
Every single day I felt guilty.
He paid
every
me back.
single day. I don't know what to say to the people I borrowed from. Every single day I was guilty in asking.
Honestly, I kind of respect that he doesn't try to dispute the facts here. He just kind of owns up to him and said, yeah, I did it. Yeah, it was bad. But then after that, I kind of get a problem with what he says when we talk about why he did it. Because Sliker says that he did all this because of a gambling addiction he suffers from.
I started to gamble with money, and this was even when I started having my first job. I used to gamble a lot of my money.
Why do you pay me
all
back
my
another
Twitch
two?
money.
I don't know.
And then even them times I wouldn't even have them. I would come across streamers and ask them if I could borrow money. I don't know what to say,
Aura.
but this is the epitome of gambling. I want to say that don't touch it, man.
Now, look, I do honestly believe Sliker has a gambling addiction. I just don't think it explains away everything in the way that he thinks it does. For example, a gambling addiction explains how Sliker lost his money, but it doesn't explain how he lost everyone else's money or got it in the first place. I mean, I feel like he's trying to explain everything with the story of like, I have a gambling problem. But when you dig into the story, you find that Sliker isn't just a gambling addict, he's also a professional con artist, which we're gonna see in a second. So while he does need help, he also needs to face consequences because he played an active role in all this. It's like meeting an alcoholic who you find out broke into your house and cracked your safe, and they get caught at the police station. You go up to them and you say, how did you open my safe? And they go, oh, sorry, I'm an alcoholic. You'd be like, yeah, but how'd you crack open my safe? And then imagine they go, oh, well, you know, I just can't stop drinking. You'd be like, okay, I don't think Jack Daniels taught you these skills, right? So my point is, yes, Sliker clearly has an addiction, but he also appears to be a professional con man. And we're going to talk about that right now because I interviewed multiple victims and created a master list of the people who Sliker scammed because I needed to get like a bird's eye view of this. There are over 55 people on this list.
What about me? What about me?
Right now, and the total scam is over $384,000. And what did I learn from these 55 people? Well, there were a lot of different ways Sliker liked to approach people, but he really liked this bank scam method.
My bank account got locked, temporarily locked. Don't have access to my money, sadly, because the UK banks, but whatever. I was wondering if I asked if I could borrow money and I'd pay you back. Now, I'd even give you extra.
That's right, the old frozen bank trick. Basically, you'd go to people and say, hey, look, I can't access my funds.
Bro, this is news to me, bro. I did not know this.
What I think is so
amount owed, and it says, I don't know if he was lying to me. He sent me a document. He sent me the document, nothing blurred out, nothing. It's on his lap. I've seen his room. I've watched his stream so many times, so I can tell you this is 100% legit. He's got his hairy ass arms in the picture. It says his name, all the info, and the amount owed, and it says that I have the proof. I think it's 15.3k to be exact. Sorry, 15.3k.
You know, I've already seen this screenshot, but not from you, from someone else who got the same letter. I swear to you.
Oh, no way.
I swear to you, he was sending it to everybody. He was sending it to everybody.
Bro, this is news to me, bro. I did not know this.
What I think is so crazy is that Sliker's scheme worked in part because of how many people he was like simultaneously lying to behind the scenes. And even though his tactics were the same, the exact story would sometimes change based on the person.
He was loaning 15.3. No, he was asking a bunch of people for like anywhere from
why
1
was he
to
getting
2K.
asked for less money and with a different story than her.
He'd asked me for 5K
Oh shit!
in the video.
Holy
crying.
fuck! Maybe he asked me like early on or something.
The Quran on his parents where he'd pay me back. But then
'Cause I don't even
he's
remember
asked
how
Mini
much it was.
Titan, who doesn't have as much money, for £300. Tailored it specifically to Mini, knowing he has less liquid income than me. Like, and for Mini, it wasn't like the story of like how he's in debt with bad men. It was that he had an electric bill he needed to pay and he was going to get cut off. He made different stories for different people depending on how much he
think he
thinks he
asked
could get out
for-
of them.
It's crazy
I
to
don't
hear
remember. I
Sliker's
think it
scam
was
exposed
2K,
so well
but he
by
paid me
someone who
back.
never intended to expose him
I
at all.
did have to ask
She
a few
thought
times. I was
she
like,
his
"Hey, are you
friend.
gonna
Her
pay
name
me
is
back
Lupelli,
a month?"
and
Because
she
he
was
said
going
he'll
through
pay in a
chemo
month.
when she
I
was
was like,
scammed
"You
by
pay
this
me
guy.
back," and then he paid
He
me
did
back.
this to
like,
you while you were going through chemo?
Well, I was going through chemo,
What story did he give me?
man.
He knew that while asking you for money.
Yes. So this is why I had no idea that I was being scammed, because first off, I met this person multiple times in person. He knew I have severe autoimmune diseases. While going through chemo, he calls me up and sorry, I'm shaking thinking about it. I thought this guy was my friend, and he calls me up saying that he's gonna get shanked. He owes people money, and they're outside. Like, if he doesn't pay them, then like they're gonna break his legs. And I'm thinking, like, I gotta help this guy. You know, I was going through chemo. I didn't think I'm getting scammed by like my friend. Like, he's in a hard time, I'm in a hard time, but I can help him. So I help him. He promises to pay me back, and he just doesn't.
Guys, if you don't get it by now, this guy will do and say anything for money, okay?
Most
For
people-
everyone who is. So yeah, that's basically and clean up Sliker's mess and
Did they
refund all the
already paid everybody back? Beyond. Well, what was the reason he told me? Told me that his girlfriend was visiting him and he didn't want to feel embarrassed. He didn't have money or something to like buy her food. I don't remember. Something about like taking care of his girlfriend. It was a long time ago. Custom tailored scam. I know. But he did pay me back, so I didn't get scammed. I'm sure, man. But we were friendly with each other. So I mean, like everybody else, it's like, why would a friend do that to you? Or even, if for example, Pobelter asked me to borrow like $2,000, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, here you go. I wouldn't think that he's scamming me. Even though we're not like close friends, we're still, you know, friendly with each other. I wouldn't think that he's trying to scam me.
Andrew Tate is a grifter, alleged human trafficker, and unfortunately, and this is true, a CoffeeZilla fan.
CoffeeZilla, who I actually kind of respected and thought had a brain.
That is until I investigated
I
him. Now
never knew what that guy sounded like.
he's having a meltdown and doesn't like me anymore.
This is my statement to you, CoffeeZilla. You're a nobody's scared of your investigation. I don't give a about your video. I don't respect your journalism.
Ah, yes. The normal reaction for people who don't care. Melting down on Twitter about how not worried you are. We'll come to Tate's mental breakdown in a moment, but you should know this isn't Tate and I's first run-in. He didn't like it when I exposed his get-rich-quick scheme over a year ago, but this time Tate stepped into my territory. Said he was going to launch a crypto coin. So I immediately pointed out that over a year ago, Tate said that he didn't need to rob his fans, and he wasn't going to launch a coin. Tate replied, imagine being such a great detective you can't detect a joke. Now, I'll admit that one stung a little bit, and when I did some research, I realized I had been tricked.
Are you going to launch your own crypto?
No, I'm never gonna launch a crypto. I just like to with crypto Twitter. Because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero.
Well, there you have it. I mean, I can apologize. I can admit when I'm wrong. Clearly, it was a joke.
That
Tate
was a
would never
good
actually
point.
scam people with a coin.
Wait, Oh.
Turns out he did multiple times, and now is planning to launch a coin if you stay subscribed to his Get Rich Quick scheme. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to investigate it. But first, we have to catch up with the Tate brothers. What have they been up to besides getting arrested? Most people know the Tates from clips talking about the Matrix, politics, and feminism, but the two brothers have made almost all their money from something else. According to Tate, the way they got rich was webcams. Taking advantage of lonely men, they bragged about it.
And me and my brother, and eventually some staff I trained, would do all the talking. The girls were just pure, just famoosers. We were taking their money, all of it.
And then they broke into male empowerment, which is ironic. Teaching dating, manliness, and of course, money. You could join Hustlers University for $49 a month, where the best hustle was students reselling the course to their friends, which actually got the Tates quite popular because they encouraged the students to post their videos everywhere. But with that popularity came scrutiny, as old clips of the webcam business started surfacing, and not everyone found it as funny as Andrew did.
PhD is a pimp and hose degree that
Yeah, that didn't age really that well. Now, eventually, Romanian courts charged the Tate brothers with human trafficking. And although the Tates deny these claims, the PhD course almost perfectly describes the lover boy method, which is a type of human trafficking. Most of the Tate's fans aren't even aware of these allegations because the Tate brothers have become experts at what I like to call the rebrand. This is where you completely 180 on a topic and pretend you never changed your mind. And this will be important later when we come to crypto. But watch for a second how Andrew Tate, a guy who made his money running webcams, now talks about the entertainment business while wearing a turtleneck.
Let's accept pornography is bad for a society. Let's accept that to be a fact.
It is a
It
fact.
is true. Okay, why are they trying to destroy the society? Who are these people? What is their end goal? Is their end goal the of children? Is their end goal 12-year-olds to sit there and watch and want to have
I mean, the balls to say, what are they up to? What do you think their goal is? Bro, you are they. If there was a cabal, you're part of it. You admit to making millions.
I'm curious how, like, if they made 50K or more a month and gave the girls 1 to 2K each, like, how does that happen? Because you can't, you have to start from somewhere. You have to have a reputation to, like, hire these girls in the first place. Trafficking? What, did he, like, kidnap them? And
millions of dollars making the kind of stuff you're now claiming is ruining the youth. That is the skill that Tate has honestly mastered.
That's
and
the
we're gonna watch
loverboard method thing. Make them think they're dating and then tell them to do webcams, but then set up all the financials to go to his, so then she doesn't actually know how much he's making off of it, and then he's taking all of it.
them use that with crypto as
that's
well.
what I was
Either way, though,
curious about.
these
Like,
criminal charges have put a
technical
lot of pressure on the Tate brothers, who've had cars, cash, and computers seized. And amidst all of that, crypto has become much more interesting to them. Not that the Tates are new to crypto, of course, but they've sort of fully embraced the crypto meme coin grift. And just like with the webcams, they do a bit of a rebrand.
My problem with crypto is that it instigated a culture which I didn't like. I didn't like the crypto culture as a whole, because the culture was based on getting in early, which, I mean, I guess you could argue is a skill, but to a degree is luck. Gambling, rug pulls, staying anon, hiding like a little coward in a hole, like a little bitch, and just being a DJ laughing about how you
sounded like this.
You're a
I realized
Once
I've
I
never
decided
heard
I was
his
going to fix
voice.
it, I decided I had to come up with an idea that allowed people to make money from the things they should make money
They should make money from.
from, which is hard work.
It's hard work.
There it is. The Tates are here to fix crypto. It used to be full of scams, rug pulls, and anons before Andrew Tate got involved, but now everything's about to change. So we're going to look at the coins that Andrew and his brother promoted, see what kind of fixing they got up to. Starting with Roost. Honestly, this is your textbook Ponzi coin, exactly the type of thing Tate would call a scam a year ago. But now, he and his brother heavily promoted it over multiple videos. They even had flyers in their videos. And of course, during the promotion, the price did well. But when it was over, Roost is now down over 90%. Not only that, Roost's treasury wallet got hacked. So the community literally got scammed. And to make it worse, the guy who got hacked was anonymous. So remind me what Andrew Tate doesn't like about crypto again?
Gambling, rug pulls, staying anon, hiding like a little coward in a hole, like a little
Oh, the same thing he promoted. But of course, Tate claims that he doesn't hold coins, he doesn't endorse coins, and he makes zero money. That is until other crypto promoters got tired of his grift and called him out for doing the same paid promotions they were doing. But you don't have to believe that guy. You can also look at the time Tate got exposed for trying to get Barron Trump to let him buy Donald Trump tokens at a lower price. In exchange, he'd pump it. So much for not owning coins, I guess. That was brought to my attention by Zach XBT, who also pointed out that Tate promoted something called Venom
The
Block.
usual suspects.
His brother talked about it on a live stream.
Bitcoin, ETH, exciting stuff like Venom Network.
And of course, that price is down as well. Tate also promoted F Madonna token. And of course, that ended badly too. This stuff is such garbage. Here's another one of Tate's coins, which is down over 90% as well. Or you can look at this coin, Daddy token. You know, which makes sense given that Tate is sick of crypto being infantile, childish, and degenerate. And that's just the start of it.
I
That's
thought it had
just the
something to do with
sludge you
Madonna.
have to walk through to get to the
Are you
main
still falling
token.
for the
The
rug and
main
pull?
project Tate keeps promising, which is
I-
real world token. All
I
of
mean,
those others, if you want to believe,
like the Hawk Tua coin thing, that's what I was concerned with. I was like, I don't know how people are still falling for it, but I think there's a part of it where other crypto bros can see a pump and dump and then they think they can get in before it gets dumped. Because they think that they will somehow outsmart the dumping. There's a portion of people thinking like that for sure. But then for the Hawk Tua coin specifically, one thing that was different about that is they were trying to target people who weren't into crypto. They were trying to target like crypto newbies.
believe Tate were just promotions. Tate claims that this is the coin he's actually behind, and it's tied to his paid course. It used to be called Hustlers University. Now it's called The Real World. Now, this has always kind of been the biggest part of Tate's businesses, this get-rich-quick scheme. But the problem with monthly subscriptions is, of course, that people drop out. They leave. And so the Tates have always tried tactics to get people to stay. Like they've said, Hustlers University was closing. It's almost full.
We do have a cap, so anyone who quits or leaves at any time, if the cap is reached while you're not subscribed, you're not getting in. Don't give a shit.
That's it, we're closing.
We're closing.
But now the new angle is this real-world token. Tate is promising a crypto airdrop to people who subscribe and stay subscribed to his monthly get-rich-quick course.
This is also very important for you people who think you can join for a month and quit the real world and just go back to being nobody. No.
No.
You have to stay inside to increase your rank, to get your power level. Because if you quit and then you rejoin, you lose all your power points. So why would you lose all your power points to save $49? It doesn't even make sense.
Okay.
The way he talked there reminds me of when your like Clash of Clans guild leaders harassing you to do your contribution to get like more XP points, and then they threaten to kick you out if you don't.
So Tate's new plan is that you buy a get-rich-quick course, gain power points, you have to stay subscribed to keep your power points, and then they say they will pay you a percentage that their school makes.
The goal is that you can buy the token and own a percentage of the school. So imagine you sign up for the real world, you start to make money, you focus on your tasks, then you can invest that money in the real world token and get paid every single month a monthly dividend from the profits of the school.
All right.
That's a
I think I
pyramid
get it.
scheme.
So you got the people at the bottom, they're paying up into the course, into the school. Then you got the people higher with higher power levels. They're making money from people at the bottom with the coin. And then that all that money flows up. It's just kind of this nice little
Wait a minute.
pyramid scheme. Come to think of it, it is a little surprising that Tate claims to be working hand in hand with the SEC on this.
I am working with the SEC so that the real world token can be launched as a security.
Now, maybe that is all true, but maybe Tate actually has another plan.
SEC, come from me. I'm in Romania. There ain't no SEC in Romania. We're scammers. We're out here doing what we want. I'm gonna pump a coin up, make 10M, peel it off.
Well, I'll be honest, that could be it too. Now, at this point, I had significant evidence of Tate lying about crypto endorsements, not profiting, and using his followers as a piggy bank to pump crypto. So I figured now is the perfect time to approach Tate and get his response for comment, his side of the
They
story.
get a 1v1.
So I emailed him and his brother a list of questions about several meme coins they promoted, as well as the real world token.
Things
But
phony,
instead of
number
replying,
one.
Tate leaked my email address online and sent his war room after me, told them to email me that I'm gay. He even offered to pay money if they could prove they did it.
For every single person who can show me they have emailed CoffeeZilla and called him gay, I will buy daddy.
Well, that escalated quickly. So, let me just see if I get the
That-
plan right
that is
here.
so
The
funny,
plan
though.
is dislike and call someone gay, so the alpha male you like buys daddy coins for you. Got it. 800 emails later, a word cloud of Tate's war room will give you a sense of who these guys are. But I'll also share this email I got. It's not personal, Coffee Breaks. I really want Andrew to raise the price of daddy's coin. And he says he's gonna pump money into the coin. Trust me, it's nothing personal, but I bought a lot of the coin and I have to do this, so please forgive me. I mean, you can almost smell the desperation. Get rich quick by hurling slurs at a journalist. But absurdity aside, I have to say this is
Everybody
disgusting.
called him
It's
gay.
not normal to be mocking people based on internal characteristics. And even though I have thick skin, I will admit, some of it got to me. Specifically, Tate called me a DNG, a dork, nerd, geek. I'll admit,
Is that what it
he hit
stands
a nerve
for?
here. Now, before I get 800 emails about being a nerd, I'll tell you, the reason I'm annoyed may not be what you think. Sure, I might use word clouds from time to time, but I just couldn't believe who it was coming from. These two guys, I've seen their live streams. And I gotta say, the Tates give me real competition in the dork, nerd, geek department.
You can join the council via the courses tab. Then, of course, we will have kings, rooks, bishops, knights. You will all get a base allocation. This means that if you're a knight, you should work as hard as possible to become a bishop, to work as hard as possible to become a rook, to work as hard as possible to become a king, because you know the day this imaginary project comes true, you will be rewarded for all of that hard work in cold, hard cash.
Okay. Let me start by saying there's nothing wrong
like-
with being a geek or a nerd.
Him, Tate and like Trump are they're just funny.
But anyone who has a council to join entitles people
You know what I mean?
bishops,
They have, like-
rooks, and knights loses the right to the pejorative. Newsflash, the Tate brothers are nerds. They're nerds on steroids.
It's
For legal reasons, I mean that figuratively. But haven't
I don't
you
know how people take
noticed
it
that they're
seriously.
obsessed with the Matrix, councils, and
yeah,
chess? All
they're
things
such good unintentional comedians.
very much in the domain of nerds. Just because you try to slap a rented supercar in the middle of all of it doesn't mean we're fooled. Anyone who says increase your power levels is automatically a massive nerd. But beyond this cope, Andrew Tate's real opponent isn't even me. It's himself. He's the one who said horrible things about people who launch influencer coins.
There's no such thing as free money. For everyone who wins, someone else must lose. You buy a coin for $1 and sell it for $10.
Dude, Derek Menswear on Twitter, after because he roasts his fits all the time for wearing like overly slim jackets that are modeled after women. I can't unsee it. Everything he wears is really tight. Like, look.
Bought it at $10. If it then goes down, the person who bought it at $10
That's way too
loses
tight.
money. I do not want any of my fans to ever lose money in my name ever, because I don't need money, so I refuse to sell out my fans for money.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Tate was right about that. But now he's doing exactly what he ranted against, extracting money from his fans, promoting garbage that is now down 90%. Meanwhile, the exact people defending Tate blindly are the same people who are going to be holding the bags in a few months, wondering why they aren't rich. Of course, by then, Tate will have something new to sell them.
And that is the story of Andrew Tate's new crypto exploits.
Mine and sent his war room after me, told them to email me that I'm gay. He even offered to pay money if they could prove they did it.
For every single person who can show me they have emailed CoffeeZilla and called him gay, I will buy daddy.
Well, that escalated quickly. So, let me just see if I get the plan right here. The plan is, dislike and call someone gay, so the alpha male you like buys daddy coins for you.